truth is, most people who spank their children do so not because they thought deeply about it, but because they were trained into it. They inherited a broken model of parenting and internalized it as discipline. But what they call discipline is often just a failure of emotional regulation. Name one time you received a calm spanking. I'll wait. Many adults hit their children because they themselves were never taught how to manage anger, frustration, or shame. They hit because they lack the tools, or they hit because no one has ever modeled another way. But at worst, they hit because they lack the intelligence and emotional maturity to raise a child who is just as emotionally complex as they are. Spanking is not a parenting style. It is an inherited trauma response, passed down by people who are not equipped to cultivate consciousness. You cannot awaken universal consciousness by training a child to fear its own impulses. You cannot raise a world changer by teaching them that the world hurts you when you make mistakes. And the science is not vague, it's definitive. Studies have repeatedly shown that children who are spanked are more likely to develop increased aggression, lower self-esteem, higher rates of anxiety and depression, poorer relationships with parents, decreased cognitive and emotional development. According to a meta-analysis published by the Journal of According to a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Family Psychology, one of the most comprehensive reviews of 50 years of data, spanking is associated with the same negative outcomes of physical abuse, just at lower intensities. There is no, let me say it again, there is no evidence that it improves behavior long term, and there is ample evidence that it does lasting harm. If punishment trains fear, positive reinforcement trains consciousness. Behavioral science has shown the most effective and sustainable way to shape behavior is through encouragement, not punishment. The goal is not obedience, it's awareness. If you want to raise a child who sees the world as something to contribute to, not fear, then reward them when they express curiosity, cooperation, effort, or responsibility. Show them the connection between good choices and good outcomes. Because the mind learns best not through pain, but through pattern, meaning, and joy. When my oldest daughter was 2, we wanted her to learn to clean her room, not as punishment, but as an act of care. So we paid her $1 every time she cleaned it. She had a simple chart to track it, and when she reached $15, she used it to buy her first Barbie. That moment stuck. Now at 10, she's still a kid. Her room gets messy like anyone's, but she has a positive memory of cleaning. She associates order with reward, care with empowerment, not because she was punished into cleanliness, but because she was invited into it. That is the path of consciousness. Not control, but collaboration. Not punishment, but participation. We are not here to teach children fear. We are here to teach them how to be fully themselves in a world that often forgets what self is.